Right, next up is Starlight Carnival, which is just like glorious. It's also really unfortunately the most automated level in the entire game. It's not like this bit you're not playing. Sonic's doing this automatically, which kind of sucks. It's only about... Come on. It's about now that you start to get control, and it's just so sicky. Such a glorious level, why did they have to take away all that control? Anyway, this is the return of the quick step. It only appears in particular bits, and it's not that well controlled really, it's just a bit crap. Anyway, this bit's quite funny, because if you don't know it's coming, you are very, very, very likely to die. I think I know I did. It's like, no, too soon, too soon. Now, I think one of the really weird things about this level is the fact that it's sort of so polarising, is that you've got glorious outside and then the kind of naff inside. Just doesn't quite work out all the time. Anyway, this is the Blue Wisp, otherwise known as Cube. Basically what it does is it turns these platforms into either into cubes or out of cubes. Basically use it to get around and so on and so forth. It's probably my least favourite Wisp power-up, because it doesn't really do anything. I mean, it's helpful, sure, but it's not got the same sort of glorious movement that the others do. Sorry about the dropped frames though, that's the only place they should appear, ever. Anyway, as I've been going along with the whole explaining the Hellfire Peaks thing, Starlight Carnival is a space zone, so it's still in space, with sort of like a pinball zone aesthetic, so you've got flashing neon lights, flippers, bumpers, party type music in the background, and Bandland elements, which basically things are made of music and instruments and stuff. That's why you've got all of the egg horns with trumpets and band hats and stuff. That's quite fun to see the Badniks return, what with their rocket boosters and stuff. Kind of frustrating when you run out of boost though. Yeah, that never helps at all. But it's still bloody awesome. Now, one thing that is the general consensus with colours is that the game's graphics are in the same league as the PS3 360 version of Sonic Unleashed, but on a Wii. Now, obviously, it's not quite perfect because you can obviously do so on an HD console, but it's still blooming gorgeous. I mean, it's ridiculously gorgeous for what it does. I don't think I've ever seen a level do such awesomeness. Anyway, that's a really awesome cheeky shortcut. If you just boost there, you can skip that whole awful segment anyway. Also, where we just were has a very stressful red ring, because what you've got to do is you've got to cube at different times to be able to get to it. But if you run out of cube at a certain point, you're screwed, basically. Now, it's oxygen starvation, no thanks. Anyway, Starlight Carnival is actually one of my favourite levels. It's not really the gameplay thing, but it's the outside aesthetic and the music. It just feels so glorious. It just sort of fits the whole, look at all this, feels so right. Just take my hand, we're gonna reach for the stars tonight. Whole thing going on. That's the end of the track. Bloody hell, we got through that one quick. Woo-wee! Well, we didn't get through that quick at all. Going on 5 minutes. Jeez! Lord, how did I even take that long? No, no. Oh well. Now that's unlocked the blue wisp for every other level, which is quite awesome. Time for Act 2. So I think we've got a really annoying act coming up very shortly that I absolutely hate. Anyway, all of the Starlight Carnival tracks are done by Tomoya Otani, and I couldn't live up for that because it's just like... the tracks are so glorious! They've just got such a party aesthetic to them, it's just like, woo! Now, to get through there, we need a wisp we don't have yet. So, good luck trying to get through there without it. It's not happening. I don't know why I'm wasting my time with all that. I can just do that. This is a really short level. It's really short. And I don't know what I was thinking here. I'm not really doing anything. Apart from trying to get up points and stuff. I'll just go die in a hole, you stupid eggplant. Huh. Ooh, did all around that. Better than I thought. Anyway, I think we are now going into the most annoying level at this point in the game. If it's the one I think it is, and I think it is. Purely, yes it is. Now, some will say, oh, this level is not that hard. Others will say, it's ridiculously hard. Basically, you've got the whole bounce pads things, and the entire level is on the bounce pad, which is kind of frustrating when you think about it, but... no, it's just... it depends on how used to it you are. Because if you are like me, and it was your first time playing, then it's probably going to be quite difficult for you. Because you're not quite sure what's coming up, and it requires a pretty damn good precision. But it was this stage that caused me so much frustration on my first time through. I literally... this was the level that caused me to swap from the Wiimote and Nunchuck combo to the GameCube controller. Because I just wanted to throw the Wiimote and Nunchuck out the window because I was getting so frustrated that I couldn't do this level. It's just... no! Anyway, thankfully it's only one of 2 stages that are like it, so it's not that frustrating considering there's only 2 of them, but it's kind of really hard at this stage in the game. I mean, we're only heading to the middle and it's sort of just... it's so out of place. Thankfully, the pad keeps pace with you, lest you hideously overshoot it and sort of start going all over the place. Now, I learned this the hard way, but those electric things are pretty much an instant kill. You get hit, you are dead. But basically it's because it bounces you off, so you have no way of getting back onto the pad, which sucks. Oh, I'm loving all these A ranks. It honestly seems like I'm going through stages with A, B, C. Roughly like that. There's always a C somewhere. I always suck hard enough in one of them to get a C. Well, I'm kind of surprised with all these A's I'm getting. Makes me feel good about myself. I don't think I ever did this well on my first time through. these green things are kind of annoying. It sort of makes Sonic into a kind of bullet hell game, if you get what I mean? I could have got that, but yeah, not done. I was so close. This level is over ridiculously quickly, I think, from what I remember anyway. Yes, it is. Ridiculously short. It can also be ridiculously cheap. Like in this bit. I mean, look at how much bullet hell's going on there. So, how ridiculous! Anyway. A lot of these levels are actually so much more interesting with the Final Wisp. Because you can do so much more. Whereas at the minute they're just sort of a bit naff. See, there's the sea of this stage. There it is. Yeah. Some of the stages do feel a little bit naff the first time because you don't have all the things at your advantage really. But we'll get them soon.